Hey everybody, I thought I would make a quick video. We have so many friends that are, within the Stevens Point community and out of the Stevens Point community that are following along with our Growing Kindness Gardens. And I thought I would just, just kind of share some exciting news. We're actually at the church right now. And wanted to give a visual for people who are not from Stevens Point or from the area, just to kind of show what we have right now. We have 2 4x8 beds, and we're using a couple pots as well. The 4x8 beds are railroad ties, so they have seen what I'm gonna call better days. And forgive my fingernails, I've been painting pine cones, but I really wanted to share some good news with everybody. I hope I'm in this. Hi. I checked the mail yesterday morning and I asked permission to share, and she said it's okay to share. Mary Landreth sent a very sizable donation to our group, and it will allow us to move forward on what I'm kind of calling phase 1 of building this community garden space. And what I just wanted to do is just kind of share and walk through the vision with you guys. What we've done and accomplished this year is really amazing, and what we'd love to do is have ample grow space so we can grow more, impact more, and also have a community space where families and caretakers and people within the community can come and enjoy a beautiful space. We want it to be intergenerational, and I can kind of walk through a couple of those ideas with you guys now. So I'm going to turn around. So step 1 for us was to accomplish a budgetary goal so that we could move forward on growing and building, right? Step 2 for me is going to be reaching out and getting permission or an okay. But I just kind of want to share with you guys what I'm thinking would be a good presentation. Phase 1, which again we have the budget for, I believe, would be to build what I'm calling the welcome garden. So picture this. For those of you guys who can't see, this is just our big parking lot over here. Let's say you pull into the parking lot. We would love to build an arch right about here along about a 4x16 raised garden bed right here, and another 4x16 raised garden bed right here. Those raised garden beds would be about 18 inches high, and in front of that garden space would be, in front of those raised beds would be in-ground planting. And we can kind of talk about what our needs are, but in-ground planting could be peonies, a big long row of peonies, or it could also be, dahlias, some beautiful dahlias. They would actually be blooming right now and would add so much color and be a season extender. So imagine that, that's phase 1. If we had this wonderful arch, walk with me. We could walk through the arch, and again, you get to right about here, and you could see this beautiful row of in-ground planting. Beautiful row. Get a little bit further, and now you get to start to see the raised beds right here. And what you do is you follow this path. You can't really see where the path will take you, but you start to follow this path. But it kind of just says, follow me, walk over here. This path would walk you into this beautiful space, which we've used a lot for arranging, right? You guys know. We put our vases here. This is our workstation right here. And this year we have perennials that, you know, we've been taking care of, as well as another grow space for us to place our annuals in, our prolific bloomers around the outside. Okay. So that would be phase one. I'm kind of calling it phase one, which is it's a welcome garden. It's something to welcome people to the kindness garden. Phase two would be something like this. Now again, imagine we're on this path, right? We could follow this path. And now this path could take you two ways. It could take you over here or over to this area right here. And this area could be something where we build something amazing for kids. It doesn't have to be big. It's something that we can work with Laura on. But I know on Mondays, this wonderful space is such an awesome space that Laura uses to do activities with kids. You know, there could be a U-shaped raised bed right here. So many little hands can get around it. Maybe a 3-foot or a 2-foot U-shaped bed. That way little hands can get in it. It's more accessible. We could, you know, build a little bamboo teepee and place some kind of vining crop on there, maybe a black-eyed Susan, so then that way kids could have a wonderful space to climb into and read some books. Or, you know, there's so many different things. We could do some beautiful containers over here as well, focusing in on more of a sensory garden concept. Potentially, you know, like Maggie mentioned, you know, work with the kids on planting some food to harvest for our community as well. So this could be something that, you know, we work towards next, which is, and again, we need to get permission, but this could be, you know, something beautiful that's a kid zone. Now that leads me back to this area, which again, here's the path, you know, back to the arch. We could continue on phase 3, which would be to raise money so we could continue to build long raised beds on both sides of the garden. And you know, I did have the idea to really think about these additional raised beds in terms of, you know, making, you know, a portion of it wheelchair accessible. Making maybe one row, kind of what my thought was, you know, starting at 18 inches, maybe going up to 2 feet, you know, 3 feet, stagger it up. So then that way people who have a hard time bending over and gardening, this will be more accessible to them, to be, you know, be in this community space with us. You know, we could also do something, maybe a little 2-foot bed along here as well. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you. I know many of you guys are kind of following along what we're doing, and maybe you didn't have a picture or a view, and I just wanted to provide a little bit of a visual aid. But this space, is so beautiful. Can you imagine this just becoming a beautiful community space? Just with beautiful, beautiful flowers or potentially vegetables as well. I know we have a lot of deer pressure, so that's something we have to think about with veggies. So anyways, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of the group. And yeah, thank you, Mary, as well. Cue the leaves.